Now we shift our focus to our weekly Women in Sports feature. And you remember the TV show The Flying Nun, that very athletic Sister Bertrill who could mix in a plan or two along the way to keep those young kids and get them out working on their game. Well, this week we give you our New Jersey version of The Flying Nun. St. Joseph's Elementary School is no different from many parochial schools when it comes to gym class. There's your basic gymnastics workout that takes place in the cafeteria because, like many Catholic grade school, there's no on-site gymnasium. There are on-site teachers, though, and the Toms River, New Jersey school has a very interesting one leading the drills.
Nice job. Oh, honey, that was excellent.
I always thought I would be a gym teacher, and I entertained becoming a sister also, which is rather strange since I never attended parochial school at all. But I always just knew that those two things I was going to do.
Sister Jean Spina professed to the Order of the Sisters of St. Dominic of Newburgh, New York back in the 60s, taking a vow of poverty, chastity, and obedience. And a few years later, she added one: never to be out-hustled. A nun vowing not to be out-hustled? Well, Sister Jean's not your average sister.
We will play the 1, 2, 2, both of you, until we go into a 0. Then everybody matches up. All right? Are we ready? Yeah. Let's go.
Sister Jean's been the only coach this school has ever known, instituting the basketball program in 1972, a year after she arrived at the Ocean County School, and you could say has driven the Trojans to incredible heights these last 2 decades with her no-nonsense approach.
Patrick, you look like you were a little exhausted the other day, were you? Well, you guys are going to do the same thing today. No subs. This way you get used to it.
In the beginning it was, well, she's a nun and she doesn't know what it's all about. But it didn't take long before she earned their respect.
Initially when I started out, that kind of was the butt of the joke of a lot of the teams, that they would say, they would go up to the kids and say, I hear that lady's a nun. And then the boys, of course, said, yes. And they always said, oh, come on. And the boys always said, yes, that's Sister Jean. She teaches gym. She teaches us how to play. And everybody just laughed. And but the game was over, boy, they weren't laughing. Patience! Here he is! If a play happens and it's very good, I get very excited because then you can see all the work finally reach fruition. And it's exciting to see everything click. If they do something that isn't right, I jump up too and I'll say, you know, do this or whatever it's supposed to be.
If you keep making a mistake over and over, she might take you out of the game and sit you down and tell you not to do it, but then 2 seconds later, she'll put you right back in the game.
You go in for Darren, please. Give me a break. You go in the middle. Should I have to tell you? Thank you. This is very aggravating now. You should have just gone to the middle where you belong.
Are you tough, Coach?
They say I am. I think I'm fair. Sometimes I've been a little hard on somebody and then I've apologized because you get caught up in the moment. And most of the kids do understand. You know, and I feel badly, you know, if that happens. And I do apologize. Good job, let's go.
Not that Sister Jean needs any help. Her teams have won over 30 games a season in the last 5 years. But any coach will tell you when it comes down to crunch time, you look for that something extra. And Sister Jean's no different. She knows exactly where to turn.
I don't do anything alone. It's very important. And sometimes when things don't go right, I say, what happened? You know, here I am. But yeah, I do. We pray before every game. We pray at practice. Not that we're going to win, but that we do our best and that we can do the best and walk out with our heads held high.
The big question, I guess, in this world of college basketball and high-profile high school basketball, you see a lot of T's. Sister Jean has never been assessed a technical foul.
You see a little Lou Holtz in her, maybe?
Well, Mike, you know, she credits her philosophy on this win philosophy that Lou Holtz has. What's important now? If you're practicing, that's what's important. If you're in school, that's what's important. If you're playing in the game, that's what's important. She was so excited because Lou Holtz wrote her a letter back and said, "You're doing a great job." She is doing a great job.
Words to live by from Mike Quick. We'll be back. A deal goes down deep in the heart of Texas.